Host Zach Viscomi, and joining me today are two really special people, Rubin and Addison Antico. Thank you guys for being on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. So guys, I mean, you have such an amazing story, not just about this product that you guys have developed and are working on, which we'll get to, but you guys met in high school. You've known each other since then and are now in business together. So please walk me through the journey of like how you guys met and what brought you to this point here.
Yeah, so we met each other in high school. We were both from a small town in Massachusetts. We've known each other since middle school, but we got together in high school. We went separate ways for 1 year for college, still together, but different colleges. That didn't work out. Ended up going to High Point to be with Addison, and it's just been, the rest is history, really. So we've been doing everything together for the last 5 years. So it just felt natural to go into business together. We work so well together and complement each other's skill sets. So it's been really cool to navigate work relationship and actual relationship and to see how that works. It's cool. It's going really well.
That's great, yeah, and as you mentioned, I mean, you guys are graduated from High Point University, which is an amazing university.
Yeah.
But you have this product that we were talking about backstage, and honestly, I'm very excited about, and I know you guys are as well, but
yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your mission, what your company is, and what brought you to that point, and then we'll get into the fun stuff. So.
Yeah.
Sure. So, I mean, this originally stems back to a personal experience that we had a little over a year ago. We took my nephew MJ on a boat ride, and my sister asked if I could prepare a bottle of formula for him. So I thought this was easy. Sure thing, I'll do it for you. But out of the diaper bag, she's telling me I gotta pull a container of formula, a baby bottle, a bottle of distilled water, and then I have to measure 4 scoops of formula, 8 ounces of water, and pour it into this bottle. So it's quite of an operation, more than I thought it was. Bottom line, it was much more of a mess than I thought it would be. So it was at that moment, Jordan and I looked at each other and said, there's gotta be an easier way to do this. So we scanned the internet to see if there was a bottle that could make this process easier, and there was nothing that could make this more efficient. So we conceptualized many designs, and what we ended up coming down with was a baby bottle that will store water and formula separate until it's time to feed. So the idea is parents, before they go out for the day, whether it's Disneyland or the beach or on a boat ride, they'll make a bottle with the pre-measured amount of water, the pre-measured amount of formula, and when they're ready to feed, all they have to do is flip, twist, shake.
That's really easy.
Yeah, right?
A lot different than, pulling out all these pieces.
Yeah.
That's the goal. Yeah, the mission of the company really is to bring back convenience to the people who need it most. So parents need that convenience, especially with our society moving at such a fast rate. Moms are going into the workplace a lot earlier. There's a big need for an innovative baby bottle that makes formula feeding on the go easier.
Yeah, and I was telling you guys before we started rolling here that I'm a father of 3 amazing kids, and right now they're 5 and under, but the whole bottle phase, and we had 2 bottles at the same time, and feeding issues and whatever, and so if we wanted to go anywhere and cart around 3 kids, you know, it was very difficult, and then the formulas and the bottles and like all the bags, it was just too much work to even go anywhere.
Yeah.
And now that they're not using the bottles, it's a lot more smoother. They're still in diapers, so we bring a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But when you guys, I mean, when you're talking about this, like, I'm on board already. Like, I don't even,
That's
just
awesome.
maybe even just for me, let's put some, electrolytes in there.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's funny you say that, because when we were looking for the internet to see if something existed out there and we found nothing, we said to ourselves, it's amazing that these big corporations that have been around for a long time haven't created a product that is so needed and wanted by parents.
Really, at the end of the day, this seems like a very simple product, right? That would change my life and many lives of parents around the world. And yet, like, why are these big companies not doing that? And how does someone like you, the little guy, step in and feel like you can? I mean, tell me a little bit more about...
I think this stemming back from a personal experience, something that we truly believe in, and we saw that this was really an issue for parents. It's just something that we thought, why not jump into this and see if we can take a crack at it? And we did. We've gotten to this part and we're like, wow, we've made the bottle and it works. Why hasn't these corporations made a product that is so needed by parents? Are they not listening to the consumer? Do they not understand the problems and the processes that parents go through? That's something we have to think about.
Yeah, absolutely. And it comes back to passion and the dedication. Like, we are so passionate about bringing convenience back to parents. That's at the core of the company. And that's why it's so important to us that we don't make a product just for parents, but we make a product with parents so that it's consumer approved before it hits the shelf.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not just the bottle, right?
Yes.
Like you were saying. I mean, this really is a solution to a really big headache for a lot of people.
Absolutely, yeah. There's only about 30% of babies these days that are exclusively breastfed, so formula feeding is becoming way more popular. So it's an in-demand product, and we ask ourselves all the time why these big baby bottle companies haven't come up with something like this. So it might just be consumer listening and not really understanding the problem firsthand. Yep.
Well, that's really exciting opportunity for you guys. And as you were saying too, I mean, this is more than just an idea. Like, I mean, this was an idea, but now it's really moving into the next phase. I mean, you guys have a patent on the product and everything. So tell me a little bit more about where you guys are right now and then what the future is going to look like here.
So right now, we are proud to say that we have a mechanism that will store both water and formula separately with no leaking whatsoever. So right now, we're in the phase of designing a bottle, make sure it looks good, make it fits parents' hands, and also, most importantly, it's a quick and easy drying and cleaning process. We want to make this easy for parents, and that's another thing we've seen. We've looked at the bottles that are out there, the ones that don't solve this problem, and we found out that, you know, it's not just about feeding the baby, it's about drying it, cleaning it. Is it easy? Does it take a lot of time? So it's a lot of those steps that go into it other than just feeding.
Yeah, it's interesting because obviously we don't have children. So we own a crazy amount of baby bottles for people who don't have children, because you really, to solve the problem, you have to really understand it. So yeah, without kids, it was interesting for us to realize the drying and the cleaning process and the contamination process. So we've really had to kind of jump into this firsthand to get an understanding. But once you realize how difficult and inefficient these processes are, you see the need for this.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, as a parent, it's like when you have kids, you're stuck in the mix of just trying to figure these things out, and it's very chaotic for many people. It's very disruptive at the least. And so here you are not having kids, but bringing that unique perspective, because they're just trying to survive, right?
Yes, exactly.
And here you are thinking, well, like, wait a minute, I can make your life so much easier in a very simple way, and you've gone and done that.
Yeah, we want this bottle, which is, it's really a cartridge system. We want this to be implemented, and it's designed to go with families' lives, their lifestyle, going to work, coming back, leaving a bottle for whether it's the nurse or the father or the mother. Just flip, twist, shake, there's no hassle.
So as we were talking about at the beginning of the show, I mean, you guys have known each other and been together for a really long time, and we hear a lot of stories of people who go into business together and then leave business apart. So here you guys have already been through a lot together, have been building this together. Tell me what it's like building a business with your partner.
Yeah, it's important to understand where each other's skill sets lie and to allow the other person to have responsibility, you know, and take care of different parts of the business so that we're not stepping on each other or, you know, doing things that the other person's already done. It's all about communication, and defining roles is really something that's helped us for sure. And it's fun for us. This is absolutely so much fun. And the second that it's not fun anymore, we'll know, you know, we have some work to do. And it's not always easy, but I think that's just part of the journey, and so far so good. So this is really exciting.
I think another reminder that helps us through this journey of business and regular love life is, what is the real goal here? What is the real goal of the MJ bottle? It's not about us. It's about delivering a product that's easy and convenient for parents. So whether we have something that's going on in our love life, when we get to the business life, we're thinking about the parents, we're not thinking about us.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah, I mean, you guys are recent graduates from High Point University. Addison, you're going back for your master's degree to High Point University yet again. Very clear that you are really mature. You know, you guys are young, but you have great minds, great ambition. You complement each other very well. What would you attribute that to?
Honestly, I think a lot of it goes into my family. My father and mother, the way they raised me, is definitely a huge factor of it. But also, I think it's High Point University. You know, you can be raised well and go to a school and lose yourself. But seriously, High Point, they have good values, good beliefs, and they have a caring environment with caring professors that want you to succeed. So if you want to succeed, the professors are there to help you, and you can do it, seriously.
Absolutely. I think with High Point, it's all about utilizing the resources to your best ability and just getting involved, meeting your teachers, developing relationships. I mean, without the relationships of our professors, we absolutely would not be where we are today. So that is a crucial part of our journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know High Point University very well, and they do an amazing job at giving you those resources,
Yeah.
like you mentioned.
Absolutely.
You know, from the latest technology to access to, you know, whatever it is, it's top of the line.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got the opportunity to meet with some amazing entrepreneurs like Mark Randolph and Daniel Lubetsky, and just hearing, you know, firsthand suggestions and advice from those people, we try and implement that every single day. So they really helped us prepare for post-college and how to continue this product. So it's been really a blessing.
Yeah, well, listen, guys, you're young. You've got a lot ahead of you, a lot of really exciting stuff. I think this product is going to be amazing.
Thank you.
I can think of 100 people right now who would love it. But what would be your tip or advice that you would give to, say, somebody that was in your shoes 5 years ago?
Yeah.
What would you tell that person or even yourself then?
I would honestly say, you know, focus on what's in front of you. Keep one step in front of the other, because if you asked me 5 years ago, you know, Addie, one day you're going to own a baby bottle company, I would say, no way, you know, but I just kept one foot in front of the other and followed what I liked and had my professors support me, and here I am today doing something that I love and something I really want to solve.
Yeah, it's the biggest piece of advice is just trust the process. You know, try and understand everything that goes on in life, the failures and the successes, and just learn and just kind of, you know, trust the process. There's a plan for you, and like Addison said, one foot in front of the other. That's how we do it, and it's been really great.
Yeah, and so, you know, if I were an investor, I would absolutely want to invest in this product. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who would be listening or watching this who would be interested at least in contacting you and finding out more. So what would be the best way for them to do that?
You can reach us at our website, themjbottle.com, and there you'll find our contact information, where we are in the process, and even some of our designs of the bottle.
Great. Well, guys, listen, thank you so much for joining me today. It was an absolute pleasure. I'm excited to see where MJ Bottle goes, and I'm excited for it to hit the market.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for joining me. And thank you for tuning in to another episode of Times Square Today.